Hey guys. Oh, good. I see a few of you in here. Okay. It was being real weird. I'm not super confident with Remo. Anytime we're out of Zoom, I'm like, it's a whole new world. Hey, I see Marianne, Shayla, Nicole, Karina. Oh, Karina's here. Hey, Karina. Marianne is here. Fun. Hey, I'm excited to chat with you guys. We're going to do some coaching. Y'all ready? Do you guys bring something to chat about? I hope you did. I'd love to talk to you. Let's see. You guys, let me know in the chat. Have you been to coaching with us before? Or is this your first time? I'll give everybody the rundown. Oh, Josephine's from the Netherlands. Ooh, that sounds lovely. All right, let's do this. It's Becoming Boss Bundle Week, you guys. Did you guys look at the free stuff yet? Let me put the link. I'm just going to put the link directly to the free page in here. I'm sure if you made your way here, you signed up already. So I'll give you the free gift page in the chat. Go read it. There's a lot of good. I was like looking through it before here and I was like, there's a lot of good stuff in here. Kelsey and I, when we were putting together the free bundle, we really wanted to try to find like templates, resources, things you could take and like implement in your business right away. So I think we did pretty good. There's a good mix of stuff in there. We've got like legal templates, we've got content stuff. We always try to do a good variety of high value stuff for you guys. Go through there. Don't get overwhelmed. Just pick a few things. And if you're not sure what to focus on, why is my webcam? If you're not sure what to focus on, come talk to me and we can make a plan. And then you can go through there and pick the things that are going to support your goals in your business for the rest of the year. So I'm very excited to talk to you guys. If you guys are new, my name is Faith Mariah. I am a mindset and business coach. I'm a certified life coach. I've been a full-time marketer for 8 years and I've made over $800,000 of sales online. And I would love to help you with your business. So I coach people on everything from let's plan our launch strategy. What course should I sell? What should I name my course? What else? Like all this stuff. And then the mindset stuff as well. So, like imposter syndrome, I'm scared of this, I'm stuck around this, I need help following my plan. Bring me whatever you got. I've coached literally hundreds of people, hundreds and hundreds of hours. So anything you got, I could at least try to help you, right? And I'll share my experience with you. My deal I always make with you guys is you guys have to filter everything through your brain for your business, and you're the boss of your business. So I always say, like, nobody knows what's better for you and your business and what you're meant to do with your brand and your products and your people better than you. Right. So I'm not sitting up here as like, I'm going to tell you what to do, right? Because you're the boss, but we can talk it out and I can tell you my opinion. I'm very frank. I'm very honest. If you just want to know what I think, I'm happy to tell you what I think. And I try to explain why I'm coaching that way. So for everybody in here, let's just set some intentions and we will get started. Like I said, I'm happy to coach you on anything you want. Can one of you guys do me a favor and put in the chat, because my screen looks different. Could you put in the chat where the raise hand button is on your guys' screen? If you want coaching and you want to talk to me, push the raise hand. There should be like some kind of raise hand button situation. Push that and that lets me know. I saw somebody just did it. That lets me know that you want to come on and talk to me and we can talk about, like I said, anything that you want. Be brave, right? I won't bite, I promise. And I always say, if you're willing to feel any feeling in your body, everything's available to you. So if you want to get coached and you want to come on camera, but you feel a little bit like, I don't know if I can do it, all you have to be willing to do is feel. If you're willing to feel embarrassed, you're willing to feel cringy, you're willing to feel awkward, that's a lot of what entrepreneurship requires. So it's very good practice. Okay. And you'll be in good company. A lot of us are introverts. I used to be scared of being on camera. I always said I would never go on camera. Nobody here is going to laugh at you. No question you ask is going to be stupid, right? I promise you, if you have that question, other people have that question. So let's go ahead and set some intentions. I just want you to put in the chat what you're committed to getting clarity around. So, right, I'm committed to getting clarity around, and then what you want to get clarity around. And what I want you to do is, while I'm talking to other people, I want you holding that intention in your mind and thinking about, what about this can I apply to me, right? And if I say something that doesn't feel right to you, just throw it out, right? Like I said, I coach hundreds of people. Not everything I say is for every single person, right? So you can always throw things out, you can always ignore things. I think that's a good sign of an entrepreneur and a boss. Like I'm always like strategically ignoring things, right? It has made me a lot of money. So set your intentions, right? I am committed to what do you want to let go of? What do you want clarity around? Right? I'm committed to getting clarity around what? Tell me in the chat. And then your job is to sit here and be like a mother friggin' FBI agent. Like, how else can I get clarity around this? Like, how could that apply to me? And how could this apply to me? And sometimes you'll get ideas like I'll be talking to somebody about something completely unrelated, and it might just trigger something in your brain that brings that idea that you've been having back there to the front, right? And so you can always get clarity even when I'm not talking to you, even when we're not talking about something necessarily related to your business. You can always find pieces of it that are for you, right? So that's your job when I'm coaching other people. Y'all good? And then let me see if I can. I only have one person with their hand up. So the deal I'll make with you guys, I'll stay on and coach, but there has to be people with their hands up. So I'm going to get Marianne. The rest of y'all get brave. Put your hands up. If you need help finding the button, you can speak amongst yourselves in the chat. I'm sure there's people that can help you. And if you want coaching like this and you find this helpful, we have the VIP ticket is still for sale. The $97 one comes with 3 months in the mastermind, which is like an insane deal, right? It's only for new people because I would go broke if we charge that for it all the time. You get 97, 3 months in the mastermind, and we're giving you $100 gift card. Like that's the best deal you're going to see for coaching from me. I promise you that. Okay. So let me get Marianne and we'll get started. You guys bake your intentions. And then anytime I say something that resonates with you, you type breakthrough in all caps in the chat and share your takeaway. And that pulls your breakaway and shows it to other people so you can contribute to the community, and it signals to your own brain, this is important, I want to remember this, right? Because I don't know about you guys, sometimes I get off of calls, I'm like, what did everybody even talk about? I don't even remember, right? We don't want that. We want you to take those takeaways with you. So if you want to take them with you, type them in the chat, right? And that just signals to your own brain, this is something important to remember. Okay, now I have to figure out how to bring Marianne on, add to stage. Yes, I want to let Marianne come on. I think it'll take a second. It'll bring her around. Did you guys see all the internet errors today? Like everything was like down earlier. It's pretty wild. Let me see. It says you're on stage, but I don't see you. So let me try. Please confirm you want to remove speaker. No. Do you guys see her? Because I don't. There she is. Okay. It's just slow.
Hello. How's it going?
I'm so excited you're here.
I know, me too. Seriously, I was like, I need a coaching call, and lo and behold, it was
Oh my
today.
gosh. I love that. Yeah, I know. I was like telling Kelsey, I was like, we got to do some calls for the bundle. I think it'll be fun. So I'm excited you're
Yes,
here. That's awesome. So how have you been?
awesome.
Tell me everything. Well, how can I
Oh,
help
I've been
you?
okay. I've been okay. Just same old, but
Yeah.
I've definitely been in a slump with my business, and I
Hmm.
can't. It's like I can't shake it. You know, I'll go through a week or so, and then it'll be like, okay, back to the grind, and I enjoy it, and I think about it, and now like it's been a few weeks, and I just like I don't know what's up. So yeah, so
Okay.
I'm here.
So when you say I've been in a slump in my business, like what specifically does that look like? Tell me what that means.
So I think about my business all the time. I have all these fun ideas of videos I can do, and I have plenty of things to do, but it's like I have this block, and it's not imposter syndrome. It's more like, am I wanting to continue this? And it's like, yeah, I do. I don't want it to just die. It's been something I'm still passionate about, but yeah, I'm not sure where to take that.
Yeah. So tell me, can you think of like the last time that came up, like that thought today? Like, is it like when you're sitting down to work on things, or are you not sitting down to work on things because you have
I
that in
think
the
it's
back of your mind? Or
more,
tell me what it
yeah,
looks like.
I think it's more I'm not sitting down to work on it.
Yeah.
And I noticed like a big change. I I signed up for a course that it was very clear on like what my tasks were. And so I had 20 minutes, I had 10 minutes, I had an hour, and I was just sitting down doing those things. And then as soon as that course kind of ended, I was just like, well, now what?
Yeah.
And I really thrive on I learned that way. I thrive on having like a very set, you do this, because then any time I had, it was very clear on what I did. But
Yeah.
like I know that like I boss minded. It's like I'm the boss of my business. I don't need someone to tell me what to do. So it's like, oh, I just need to set tasks for myself and then I can do them. And then it's just been like I can't do it.
So when was the last time you tried to sit down and set your tasks for your business?
I mean, I've set like three goals, like top three goals of the things I want to do, prioritized with like the simple goals, like, write an email, things like that. And they just like sit undone. And I don't know, that's just not me. I've kind of noticed it's like a trend in like other things. It's not just business. So I'm like, is this just like a general slump? But usually my business is like my escape. It's something I love doing.
Yeah, this is a really important conversation to have, and I appreciate you bringing it up because everybody listening, I promise you, this will happen, right? So we're not all going to pursue our businesses and our goals at 100% all the time. There's going to be times where like your foot comes off the gas for sometimes intentionally, sometimes unintentionally, right? But that's normal. So all we have to do is decide like, do you want to get back in or not? And what does that look like? So that's the first question is like, do you want to pursue those three goals that you set? Do you want to set new ones? Do you want to throw it out and just restart January 1? Like, what do you think you want to do?
To be honest, like reset, like starting January 1st is like, yeah, that would be nice to just have a break and not have it just hanging over me. But I think what's holding me back is like January is for me when people are like, I'm ready to do this, let's go. But it also like it that does sound appealing to me because it's like if I do want to work on my business without pressure, I can get excited about that. It's like, well, January 1st is when things pick up generally, and so I that can be like the goal. So yeah, that really
Yeah.
does appeal to me, but it's almost like, no, you can't do that. You're always supposed to do your business.
I mean, I think I think if I were gonna do that, I would have to plan for it because I have $10,000 of expenses that hit our business account every month, right? But if
Yes.
you have the ability to do that, that sounds pretty nice to me. Like as someone
Yeah.
who like frankly doesn't, right? Like so I would think about like I'm always like I think you guys get to do whatever you want. I just want you to like your reasons. And I don't know if I like the reason for you of like not taking the break because you feel like you shouldn't.
Yeah. No, I agree. There's no point. And I think what really got me down is it just feels like I'm so close to like gaining traction. And I think what in my head, what traction is not, it's not, um, I haven't like looked at numbers. And so
Mm,
that's a mental thing where it's like, oh, I'm not making any progress. It's not true, but I think I'm just like, oh, I feel like, oh, it's just after this one thing, that's when I'll see this traction. After this one thing, then things will pick up. And it doesn't. And so I've kind of just been in this slump of like, well, why bother? I'm not
yeah,
seeing like this traction.
that's a really good question. Like you all should be asking yourselves that. Like, why bother? So we're gonna answer that. That's if you guys are in the mastermind, anytime your brain is like big scary question mark, it's like, what if everybody hates me? Or what if everybody unsubscribes? Or why bother? It's like we're gonna answer that question, right? So let's just answer that. Like, why bother? Why not? I'm always like, it is a good thing for you guys to be intentionally wanting to do these businesses, right? So why not quit? Like, why bother? Like, why not quit? Do you want to quit?
Yeah.
It might be something like there are good reasons to quit. There's good reasons to do other things. There's good reasons to stay in the business. Like, it's not, there's nothing wrong with either way. So, if you let yourself just be in that space of like, you get to decide what you want to do, and it doesn't mean anything about anything, what do you think you want to do?
I think that the thing that has been bogging me down is I've been so stressed about, well, I've got to just at least break even in my business. I've just got to at least break
Mm,
even. And focusing so much on revenue generating tasks is it's important, but it's really just got me very bogged down on like, well, I'm never going to make it. And so my creativity is stifled. And then I also feel like the enjoyment, because my plan has been to start YouTube videos, and that is a very it's a long term. I am, honey. You don't need to yell. That's a very long term strategy. I'm gonna set my phone down for a second. It's long term strategy, and so I'm like, oh, that's gonna take long, so I need to have something like revenue coming in the meantime. But because of that, I've kind of like lost sight of the basic things I need to do, like emailing my email list, and in my head it's like, well, that's not a revenue generating activity. It is, it's nurturing them, but I've been going for like higher level tasks and I'm missing out on like the basic tasks, just connecting with my audience that will prime them for things. I think I've just
yeah.
been reaching out to them when I'm selling something. So anyway,
I just want to clarify though, are you, because when you're talking to me, it sounds like you haven't been doing anything, but are you doing YouTube, or you were going to do YouTube and then,
I'm start like I put out like 6 videos or something, and those have been getting traction. And so
okay,
so it's more just like getting into the I do a video once a week type thing.
okay. So it sounds like to me like you made a decision at some point that you were going to prioritize the videos, like, and that was going to
Yeah.
be the top priority. And then I think maybe what happened was like then the other stuff, like we intentionally put on the back burner, right? But then we never made a plan to like bring it back. Does that feel right?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so what if you're not in a slump? What if you reprioritized to do that YouTube, right? And then you kind of got out of your routine. We know like you're someone that thrives in routine, right? That thrives with some type of structure with the business, right? From what it sounds like what you said.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, and so instead of like, I'm in this big slump and I'm so stuck and like, I don't know, like, should I even continue? And like, what if it's just like, we prioritized YouTube, right? We got those videos out. That's a big deal. Like, there's a lot to learn about being on camera, setting the camera up, editing, posting. Like, that's a big project. So to me, it sounds like you put that energy on that big project. You're like, you know what? This other stuff is not that important. I'll pick it up later, right? And then there wasn't like a plan to pick it up, and it's just kind of been sitting there. What do you think
Yeah,
about
I
that?
agree. And I think the only change, like that's perfectly accurate. I think the only thing I'd add is that I never really got into the routine of sending out an email every week and connecting with my audience. And so I felt like, oh, I've got to add YouTube and my emails and all these things
Yeah,
when
and that feels
really,
overwhelming, right? Like, it's like I got to do all this stuff and I got to do all
yeah,
of it right now. And then when does our brain do? Like, you guys can put in the chat too what happens to you, because this happens to all of us, right? Because it's like I need to do this, I need to do that, and I need to do this, and then that. And then what do we do?
yeah, shut down.
Fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing.
Yep.
And so we need to set you up with a plan that like you can win if you want the momentum back in your business. So from what I'm hearing from you, I think you do want to get back in the business. Does that sound right?
I do. Yeah, I
Okay.
really do. And I think just taking that pressure off of just I'm gonna get into routine eventually, but right now it's just the messy beginning, and that's just how it is when you start something new.
When you get out of routine too, like you guys, just for everybody listening, you guys will step out of the business. It doesn't always mean that you come back at the same place. Like sometimes you do have to start and like rebuild those habits and get back in the routine, right? It's just like me when I get out of the routine of going to the gym, the first week, all I do is just make myself drive there. I'm like, you don't even have to work out. I'm like, you can get a coffee and sit in the parking lot. It's fine. But your shoes are going on your feet. You're getting your butt in your car and you're driving there. And after a few
The
days of doing
robot.
that, then I'm like, okay, we could go in and we could walk, right? And then we could, okay, well, maybe I'll lift some weights. But if I'm like, I have to go right back to the gym where I was. We're doing 5 days a week. We're doing weightlifting. We're doing the whole thing. Then what's
Yeah.
going to happen? I may do
Yeah, I
one
think
day and then that's
the
it.
I think that's definitely where I'm at because I'm like I've just been gung ho in my business for so long, and it's like, well, I've got to get back there. And with these new projects, it's like I can't. But then it's like, oh, is this yeah sign?
It could be, right? But you want to, just like when your brain does that stuff, you got to answer it, right? But it's like, does it mean you
Yeah,
should quit your business? I
yeah,
don't, from the sense I get from you is that's not what you want to do. What I will say,
no,
because I've coached a lot of people, the people that are ready to quit their businesses, they're pretty like, they know when I ask them that
they're done.
question, that's not the reaction I get. Okay. They're like,
Yeah,
no, I would like skip off into the sunset and never think about this again. And they're like ready. Right. So for right now, it sounds like you do want to get back in. So let's make a routine or a plan for just for the next week or two that feels like you can win. That feels like you can actually do it. Not like
I
a
think
productivity fantasy routine,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I really like your analogy with the gym because every time I always say, and then Monday comes around and the speaker isn't working, and so then it's like, oh, I have to wait until next Monday. So just like sitting down every day, just like working on getting this YouTube, the streaming system set up, and
Okay.
just yeah, just getting into that routine because every time, oh, it's okay, you can just move it. Yeah, literally every time I sit down, it's just like it doesn't happen. Let me go get the keys, hon. So yeah, that's a really good idea.
Okay, let's do that. So every day we'll just sit down, we'll work on something in the YouTube or something in the business.
Yep.
Do you have a time you want to do it or you want to do it after
Um,
something?
it'll probably be like, honey, I don't have it. My daughter's flipping out in the background. We'll get it afterwards, okay? I'll just have it on the side. I'm just going to get my daughter from school. Um,
Oh,
yeah, I think
you all
the
stress me out when you're talking and driving.
what was that?
I said, you guys stress me out when you're talking and driving. We'll make a really quick plan
Oh
though.
yeah,
So I just want you to
yeah.
decide
No,
like, do you want to do it at a certain time? Do you want to do it just when
I think I'll
you
do
have
it.
time?
I think I'll do it after kids are in bed.
Okay. So after kids are in bed, we're going to sit down and work on the business and do something. The other thing I
Yep.
was going to say really quickly is like this idea about like if I don't do something big in January, I'm missing a bunch of revenue, I think is actually working like very far against you. And what I would
Yeah.
say about that is like your business better be able to make money all damn year or like what are we doing? Like we need a business that can bring money in all year. So like yeah, maybe it might January be a big month for you some years, sure. But it might not some years and like we might have to go make that up somewhere else. So your business gets to make money all year. I would just let that pressure on January go and just let January be just another month.
I like that. Yeah,
Okay.
I like that a lot.
Okay.
Thank you, Liz.
Yeah, it was so good to see you. Why don't you let me know
It was good to
how
talk
you're
to you.
doing, okay? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, I gotta figure out how to put her back. I can never figure out this like Remo thing. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So hopefully all of you guys can relate to that at some level. And if you can't right now, like you will. And just remember that, like, when your brain starts telling you you have to do everything you have to do right now, and you start feeling that overwhelmed feeling in your body, like the best thing I think to do is just kind of back off and be like, where can I just start? Right. I always think about business is a lot of momentum building. And when we think about momentum, I love this idea of like it's easier to steer something that's already moving. And so if you haven't been working on your business at all, but then you're trying to do, I'm going to do an email and I'm going to do a video and I'm going to do this and I'm going to make a program and I'm going to redo my marketing and I'm going to, then what happens? And we do nothing and we lose all that momentum. Right. And then what will happen is like you'll be thinking, like I should be doing this. I should be doing this. I'm not working. I should be working on my business. Anybody doing this right now? You're like, I should be doing this. I should be doing more. That's just like a big energy leak. And then what happens is like not only are you not moving, now we're like digging ourselves down in this like kind of momentum losing hole, right? And so you want to give yourself a way to win. Give yourself somewhere you can win. right? Make a plan that you can actually win. Not the plan, not the productivity fantasy win, right? I used to lay in bed at night and I would have these like productivity fantasies where I'd be like, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and I'm gonna do this. And then I'm gonna get up at 6 a.m. and I'm gonna work out and then I'm gonna journal and then I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this and this and I'm gonna get this project done. I'm gonna do that. Right. And I would like fantasize about all the productivity, all the stuff I was gonna get done. And it's very unrealistic, right? I was just setting myself up to lose and fail every day. And so I had to let that go, right? And instead of what's like the best, most ideal productivity I can do, it's like, how can I set myself up to win where the business is moving forward, right? But I'm actually getting things done. Anybody else need coaching? Nobody has their hand up? What is happening? Megan, oh, there we go. Somebody just went. Somebody just saved the call. Okay, I'm going to bring you on. Okay, good. I got Tasha and then save Shayla onto stage. Okay. And we'll wait a minute. It'll probably take a minute for you to come on. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me? Hi.
Yeah, great. How are you?
Good. Okay. I am in mom mode, so
Oh, I love it. That's such a cute
I
shirt.
I'm not doing I'm thinking business all the time, but today I'm changing the bed sheets and doing all the things. But thank you for taking the time. So my coaching dilemma is I'm a creative and I get tons of ideas. And my little brain goes wild and I hop from one to the next to the next to the next and I avoid I feel like I have momentum, but I don't really because I'm not paying attention to the systems that will move me forward like consistently.
Okay.
And so I'm wanting to develop like a task where I have to do these others first before I can do the others. So I have a creative events business, wedding planning,
Ooh, that
travel,
sounds fun.
destinations. Oh, so fun. So I just finished a big destination wedding and family moon trip. And I'm kind of in this space where, okay, all the big events I had planned are over. And we're headed into this holiday. Like now I have to go back and pay attention to building a subscription list or a funnel system or, thing marketing and just things that I focus on the shiny that I like. And I kind of ignore that. And because I'm so passionate, I also plan to launch in the new year a home hostess subscription box. So for like people hosting their own events in their home, I'm doing like a subscription box for them. So I just like to do all the fun stuff for that. Like I'm finding all the cute things to go in it and all this stuff. But honestly, none of them will thrive if I don't like reach my clientele and market and do all the computer stuff that is boring and hard and I don't know. So that's where I'm struggling. I created my own roadblock.
Yeah.
In my passion and my excitement to create, I have actually kind of paralyzed some of the creativity because I haven't kept that going. So that's where I'm at.
Okay. Yeah. I think there's a couple things. Like, first of all, I think we should take the pressure off of this. I think it's like become very loaded, right? Because it's like, I have to do this or like nothing's going to work. And like, I know I've got to do this to be successful. And it's like, you have some stuff working, it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
You have some stuff working. So, you get to be successful no matter what, and we're going to figure it out. Right. And I think we can add the marketing stuff if you want to. Do you want to?
I'm afraid that my clientele has dried up or I'm not reaching my ideal clients because I've stopped my marketing efforts. I took the ones that I had and got all creative with it and I took these dreams and kind of ran with them, but I haven't done the background legwork. Like the structure's there, but headed into this busy holiday season and all this stuff, I'm not going to get eyes on my things unless I focus on kind of warming up that audience.
Yeah, that seems right to me. I mean, I think it makes a lot of sense sometimes when we have a little audience there. I think sometimes it makes sense to tap them out. It's like, let's see what we can get done, right? Let's see. Like, and it sounds like you put all your energy into that, and that's okay. And now you're wanting to like, okay, let me bring more. I do want to market to new people, right? You want fresh people to market to, right? And so I'm just challenging the story a little bit because your brain is telling you, I don't actually want to do this. I have to do this, or right. But you've got to get your brain on board with like, it might not be my favorite thing to do. Like there's things in my business that are not my favorite thing to do. Right. Like I like being on these calls with you guys, but my team could tell you 100 things that they need from me right now that I did not do today. Okay. So it's like, there's things in your business that are not your favorite, and that's okay. You've just got to be like, and I still want to do it. Like I still do want to do some marketing, right? And I think it will free up that creative space. I think you'll feel a lot better if we can make a little simple plan for you. What do you think?
Yeah, I like the brain shift around that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I want to break this down. The other thing I see happening with you, and that happens with a lot of people, and you guys can put in the chat if you relate to this as well. When we have a task on our calendar or in our mind that's like, do marketing, make course, right? It's like, it's so overwhelming because it's like, well, what does that even mean? And like, how do I even do it? And like, where would I even, like, I wouldn't even know. And then it's like, if that's on my calendar, I don't even know if I got it done or not. Cause it's like, like, you know what I mean? And you're just like, I need more marketing. Like I need computer something. And that's good. It's like a good intuition. I think you're like, yeah, I know these are the next steps, but we just need to make a decision, I think, about making like a couple little steps we can start getting in place. So when you think about that, like, what do you think is the first little piece you want to work on? Is it like the email list, or is it?
So two come to mind. I do have like a lead magnet funnel that that I've created that I haven't marketed yet. So I could use that to generate like a marketing what am I trying to say? Like an email list, right? I could do my Flow Desk. I could work in Flow Desk and I could put that lead magnet out there and funnel people in. I could just start with that and do that. And then once I have that email list grown, then I can work on promoting the subscription box and some other things. But just kind of,
Yes.
I've already created that and I haven't done anything with it.
Okay, that's
So
great.
it's just sitting
right?
there. So that's one. But also, I won't feel like I won't have credibility with what like my strategies and my things that I'm offering them without like I want to post 2 or 3 times a day or go live once
Do
a week.
you want to do that? You need to be
No,
serious.
I mean, I feel like I need to.
Yeah. You gotta be careful. Your brain is tricky. You see how it flips that stuff in there?
Is.
It's like, you just like told me you don't want to do any of that stuff and you don't like it. And then now it's like, I really want to post 3 times a week.
If I post 3 times a week and I go live once a week, I feel like I will be a person behind the event. I will be someone they could trust. I will have that connection and that relationship and without that, it's just content. And I am not about content. Like I am about creating in the moments and the memories and like people. And so
Okay.
I just don't know how to do that part digitally. So I think it needs to be through lives, social media posts regularly, like consistent work, even though it's not my favorite.
Yeah.
I'd much rather do the bridal fair and be out marketing and, I think it's necessary.
Yeah. I mean, I have clients that make a lot of money not being on social media too, but you have to have a lead gen strategy. So we're not going to spend money on ads, and you're not going to go all in on like collaboration. Then yeah, that leaves like social media, right? There's only so many places for them to come from. Does that make sense?
I could use money on ads, and I've thought about that, but I don't have content built up for if they go to my site, they're like, well, she hasn't done anything here. Like, where's her cute post? What is she like? They can't relate to me unless I post.
Yeah, no, I hear you. What I would like for you to do with the ads is like they would come in on some kind of maybe like a $5 offer, a low ticket offer. I would run the ads to the sales page on like a $5 offer with the goal being that liquidates and pays for the ads, right? And then what you're doing is you're building up your email list. And then if you do a live or you send an email, then there's people there to get them. So that could be one thing you could mess with if you really don't want to do social media, but you have to learn how to do ads. So it's like everything has its own stuff. You know what I mean?
I think I want to do social media. I want the success from social media. I get stuck in the weeds of, is it a reel? Is it a story? Which one disappears?
We're going to make a plan. Don't you worry.
Which one is like,
I'm not going to let you walk out of here without knowing that. Don't you worry.
I need to like put my efforts, like I want my time to be valuable. And so sometimes I'll just absorb content. I'll just read all these things and I'll have 100 prompts for really great posts, but I haven't
Yeah.
made any posts and I haven't like done an, I still don't know. I don't have some schedule, I don't have some calendar. I don't even know the difference. I don't know what's going to get the most traction.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. 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 Right.
so
Because,
then I feel
right.
like
And
I'm wasting my time.
this is so good, right? Because this is what happens. And this is so good that you're bringing this up because we all do this, right? And it's like that indecision of like, you haven't really made a decision about it, right? So it's like we need to decide a platform and decide how many times you're going to post. And then are you going to be perfect at it? No, you're going to do it sometimes and not do it sometimes. That's how it is. That's how everybody is. But we can work on getting more consistent once we have that framework. But if you guys don't have that framework, it's like there's no way for you to win because we don't really know exactly what you need to do. So we're going to make a plan for you. I like the idea of you being on social media. I think you're great on camera. I think your people will really love you. And the goal is to build this audience to sell this subscription box. Can you tell me really quick what was the subscription
Well,
box? Oh, it's like
I
events,
feel
like
like
at home
that
event
one,
hosting.
yeah, I feel like the subscription box will probably end up being like a sub thing to my event planning business. So I actually need
Mhm.
to market my event planning, creative events like myself first, and then say, if you don't have events all the time, but you're a hostess and you like to host events, I can still create something for you to do that.
Okay. And you're
So I
doing a
feel like that's an
local events.
afterthought. I'm doing all over the world. I just planned a wedding
Okay.
to Tonga, so I can do
Okay.
anywhere. I guess I just so let me start again. I have a big following on my personal page, and now I've started a business page on Facebook and Instagram. Posted, this is me. Go to my website, book with me, and now I am like, okay, it's out there. I need to do more. And they've already started sharing it. Hey, my friend is really good at events. She told me did my daughter's wedding. You should totally have her do it. So it's starting, and now I'm worried about, okay, I have to keep this up. And I'm kind of getting crazy train, right? Like,
Yeah.
is it
It's a
going
lot of
faster than my
pressure.
mind?
When you
Yeah.
think like I got to keep this up, I got to start now, I got to keep it up. How does that feel?
Yeah, panic. Like
It
if
feels
it's
very loaded, right? That's what I was saying too about the other you said something earlier too. It's like your brain likes to create these like situations that feel very heavy and loaded, and I think that it paralyzes us, right? When we're like,
yeah,
oh, like my brain will do this too sometimes where it's like, especially around launching, it'll be like, oh, it's a launch and it's really important. It's got to go really good. And it's like, well, how does that make me feel? Like overwhelmed, stressed out, terrified, right? I start acting like a maniac to my team and like being nuts. And I'm like, oh, like it's just one launch. Like I'm like, I'm a marketer. I'm gonna sell actually a lot of times, like throughout my career. This is one launch, right? And then when I take that pressure off, I'm able to move, right? So for you with the platform, it's like, how do we take that pressure off? It's like we have it up there, we have some momentum, and now we're just gonna make a plan to post. That's it. You see what I'm
okay.
saying? Don't
Yep.
get in that pressure cooker. So you have your personal page, you have an Instagram. We want to grow an audience for events. The things that I'm seeing right now working as far as like organic, this is good for everybody listening too. So as far as organic, what I'm seeing working right now, I still see people getting reach on TikTok, Instagram Reels, and the carousel posts actually are picking back up, which are the ones where you scroll through like multiple quotes and images. Those are starting to get reach. Instagram's like kind of shifting around
Do
lately. It's
carousels
kind of
have
interesting.
do carousels have music or videos, or it's just word pictures, like
It can
just
be either
slides?
way.
Okay.
Yeah. If you scroll through the carousel posts or any of those posts when you guys scroll through the feed where it's like you swipe and there's more stuff.
Yeah.
So it could be like I have a friend that always posts like different videos of her doing different things. He was like you swipe and there's a different video of like, I don't know, her dog doing something cute or something. And
Well,
then
how do
there's
you get
ones
them to
with like
keep
quotes.
swiping? Does your first one
Well,
just have to be eye-catching?
yeah, so I would go on there and like look around and see. And the other thing I would do is like look at maybe not it could be people in your niche, but it could be people outside your niche. But think about like how could I make that work for my business? And so what I'll do is I'll go on Instagram and I'll search, I don't know, like something related to my business. For you, I would search like, destination weddings or something. And I would look at like it'll show you how many views that stuff has. So look for something that's like very viral and be like, how could I make a version of this that feels like me? Not ripping off people's content, but like
Right.
that's kind of how social media is. There's like different trends that go around and everybody kind of makes their own version. So it's kind of like looking at what's popular in that niche. And then what I'll do, there's a little button on Instagram where you can save things into a little album. I have like a little recreate album, right? So that way I'm not just like, it's very hard when you sit down and it's like, make a post. And it's like, about what? Like, right? Our brain's like, I think I bet you too. Like all of our brains kind of do that. Where it's like, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know how to do that. And I post thousands of times, right? My brain would still be like, I don't know. I have no idea, right? So I like having that little album there because I'll go through and I'll like pick one. And that stuff gets traction because it's proven, because you can see those other accounts. If it works for somebody else's account, it could work for yours too. We just have to try it. I would like for you to decide, do you want to be on Instagram, you think? That's the sense.
Yeah.
Is that
so
right?
I am on Instagram. Okay. I just don't know the mechanics of it really well. I'm kind of like a created in Canva and then transported into whatever platform, because I don't know how to work like reels and things done in their actual like adding text or adding music, or I kind of tend to create it outside and then just import it in.
I would start by doing, this is good for everybody. I would start by doing it just the easiest way you can, right? I'm like, I don't care, whatever the easiest way is. Once you have the habit of like posting something a couple of times a week, then you can worry about learning the stuff and refining it. But it's like, if you guys try to build the habit and learn how to do it and learn how to work the app, it's like, it gets to be too much. It's kind of like so funny how these calls always kind of end up having themes. What I was saying to Marianne is like, let's just make a situation where you can win, right? And so for you, it's like, we're just going to post a couple times a week on Instagram, the easiest way that you know how. And I promise you, if you do that for a year, your posts will get better. You will start figuring out what works. You're not just going to keep posting stuff that is not getting traction. At some point, you're going to be like, okay, I've been doing this for a while. What do I need to do to like really take it to the next level? And you'll go through that process, right? That's what it kind of looks like. But you have to be willing to get on there and just start posting and get the habit of posting. Once you have the habit of posting, I think it's good to learn the things in the app. I think it's like, I'm telling you to start in Canva. Okay. So don't use this as a against yourself. I think it likes when you edit stuff in that app for whatever reason. It might not be like that in a month. These platforms are changing fast right now. But what I'm seeing right now is it likes like when you add text, it likes like when you do that stuff in the app. I like editing in CapCut, and sometimes I'll just be like, whatever, and I'll post it. Right. But if I were really trying to like really intentionally grow my account, I would learn how to just even do a couple basic things in there, like some music.
So I
and
want to do
text.
a reel. I just went to a bridal expo. I have lots of pictures and videos.
I like
I'm
this.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have great content ready to go. I don't
Yep.
know the
That's great.
template, the platform. Like I have videos of all the booths. I have pictures of my favorites. I have pictures of a video of me telling them what was my favorite. I don't know how to import that content into like consumable pieces.
Is it on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay, get this app. It's called CapCut. Get that app and like just look up some tutorials of how to use it, right? And the reason you don't know how to use it is just you haven't done it. That's all. You just have to sit down and like be like, and it's the first one is gonna be like annoying because you're not gonna know how to do anything. You're not gonna know where anything is. You might have to redo stuff, like, right? But after you do it 10 times, like you're gonna be it gets pretty intuitive pretty quickly, right? So
would you do like a reel that shows and then disappears and it's up in the front? And then would you do like a highlight a post that I've done, or then do a swipe carousel? And like, how do I know?
No, you're good.
That's the part that I mean. Like, I don't want to be salesy, but I also want to be seen and make it fresh and creative every time.
I mean, I would post it like a business. So I'm always like, the reason I have my email list is to get people to join my mastermind. Yeah. That's what the purpose. That's why I have it. Right. So am I going to give you guys awesome free stuff on there? Yes. Am I going to help you guys for free? Yes. But I'm a business. Like, and I'm not confused about that. Right. So don't worry about being salesy. It's like, if you're, I don't know, McDonald's on social media, people understand it's a business that they're following. Right. And yes, they can relate to you as a person. You can be the face of the business. I think that's great. I think it's a great way to do social media. Right. But don't worry about being too salesy, and don't get in your head about like, I got to do this way or that way. It's like, just in the next, let's say 10 days, I want you to post one reel, edit it in CapCut, take that video footage you have. I think you'll actually like editing in there once you learn how, because there's a lot of cool stuff you can do. Do the reel and do a carousel post. And I'm going to take you out of the pressure cooker. Don't try to make it good. Just try to make it done. Because what's going to happen if you try to make it good?
Oh, it just needs the right song, and it needs the right color scheme, and it needs the right graphics, and it needs.
And then what happens? It's not done, right? So this is for everybody. You all can borrow this thought. It doesn't need to be good. It needs to be done, right? Think about if you were paying someone to learn how to do your social media, would you be happy if they went weeks and weeks thinking about the colors? You'd be like, why have you not posted anything all week? Like, I need posts, right? They're going to be like, oh, but I was thinking about the color scheme for 3 days. You're going to be like, that's not what I need you to do, right? Okay. You're like, I want it done. Right. And so that's a sneaky thought that comes up a lot for entrepreneurs. It's like this thought of like, and I want it to be really good. And it feels like good to us. It's like, oh, I really care about it so much. It's like, I want it to be really good. Right. But what happens when we do that is like, it's into the pressure cooker. It's like, does that make me post more or less? It makes me never want to post. I'm like, oh, I want it to be really good. And I'm like, oh God. Okay. So just start with that and it will get better over time. You'll figure it out. I think you'll get some momentum just if you get started, right? But you have to give yourself a simple plan. Your brain is going to try to overcomplicate it. It's going to try and be confused about it. Be like, well, maybe I should do Facebook. Maybe I should do this. Maybe, right? All this, there's so much chatter online all the time, right? You got to be like, no, I'm just going to post twice on Instagram.
Okay.
And it doesn't need to be good. It just needs to be done. And then if you do that over a year, you will be very surprised, I think, at what you are able to get done. Like, I think you'll be very happy this time next year with what you've built, right? But you have to be willing to do that first little chunk and like keep your eye on the prize, right? And it doesn't have to take a long time. It doesn't have to be like, right? I'm not saying post 10 times a week. I'm like, if you could just post twice a week, right? First of all, you'll get faster at it, right? You're going to get more efficient at it. It's not going to feel so hard. You're going to get more ideas because I can tell you're a very inspired, creative person. You'll get more ideas and you'll be like you'll be off to the races. I have no doubt.
Yeah. I have too many ideas, right? I want to do like a venue focus and I want to do advice focus and I want to have a quiz and I want like too many ideas for posts and they are just, I really just want to drive traffic to my website and get clients. Like at the end of the day, I want to have.
Yeah, that's a very grounded. Even when you say that, it feels very grounded and you can still have the ideas. I have like my planner in front of me. I have like a list of like 100 ideas, but they don't go in open projects. They just go in a list of ideas of like, and sometimes I'm really excited about them. I'm like, this is a really great idea. Like, but then after a month, when I look back, I'm like, I'm really glad we didn't like go all in on that. Like, I don't really like, sometimes it's like the excitement of like the novelty, I think like gets my brain to think it's a little better maybe than it actually is. I'm not saying that's what's happening to you, but what I like to do is I dump all that stuff out. I keep a list of it. Every 90 days, I go through and I decide what are going to be our open projects for the next 90 days. And I do not get to pick anything off of that list until those open projects are closed, right? Or at least in a place where I feel like I could add something else, like in a serious way, right? So I do like 5 at a time open, and then I probably have like 150 ideas of things I would like to do in the business. But we have to be honest about our capacity, right? Like,
yes,
yeah, not easy, I know. You got it. You feel better?
Yeah, I like actionable steps, and I like done is better than perfect, you know.
Break it into small steps, right? Not like work on marketing. That's like, it's way too big. Like, but it's like post twice a week on Instagram, right? That's like, oh, I could do that. Like I could actually like, that's something I could actually do, right? Do that. I think it'll get you some momentum. You'll get going.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. I got to figure out how to put you back. I'm not very good at using Remo. Okay. And then I'm going to get Shayla, and then there's nobody else. So somebody get brave. If you would like help, I would love to help you. Let me see. I'm going to add Shayla to the stage. You guys put in the chat if any of that resonated with you. I think it's always nice for the people that get coached if they see other people feel like that too. Oh no, my event is going to extend. Okay, there we go. He was threatening to kick us out. Damn, we've already been on here at 3:50. Okay. Shayla, hi. It's good to see you.
Hi. Great to see you too.
Yeah, tell me what's up. How can I help you?
So I definitely one of those people that's I'm even trying to figure out the question. So I have been, I have a million ideas. I relate so much to both the ladies that were before. A million ideas. I want to get something started. And I have a lot. I have a very multidisciplinary hat. And so it's been hard for me to sort of pick a lane and stick with it. I've most recently worked in technology and user experience. And I know that there are a lot of folks who are entrepreneurs who struggle with technology.
Yeah.
But for me, I have not yet figured out exactly like what is the like secret sauce between what I'm great at and what people actually need. And because I worked in
Yeah.
user experience, I am not interested in providing folks something that's a solution for me versus what's a solution for them.
Yeah.
Eventually, I want to do coaching, but that can come later.
Okay.
What I really want to do is be able to help businesses grow and use technology to do that. But I haven't been able to like settle on an idea and drive it forward and stop letting
Yeah.
the excitement of these different things.
Yeah. Well, that's a good
drag
place to, yeah, it's a good place to be in the beginning, I think, of like being in the excitement and figuring out like what is it going to be, right? And I think you're probably going to have to test a bunch of different things. We're just going to pick like the first thing you're going to test. That's all. Right.
Okay.
And so let's pick like, I like to do 90 days because otherwise our brains make this into like a life sentence where it's like, I have to pick the thing forever. And it's like I was saying with the pressure cooker thing, it's like, that feels like a really hard decision. But if it's like, let me pick something to test just for the next 90 days and see if how I like it, how it sells, how it kind of sits in the market, how I feel about it. And it's like, okay, we could probably pick something, right? So if you think about that for the next 90 days, we're going to put together some kind of offer and market it and try to sell it.
Yeah.
What, you have anything that comes front to mind, or like, what do you kind of noodling?
Yeah. So I've been putting together a webinar that is called UX for Founders. And it helps to walk people through some really cool tips and tools for what do you have to do with your website or your social media, or, the various things that you can do to help you have some quick wins for UX and make sure that people can like get through to buying what you're saying.
That's awesome. Is it a free webinar?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so it's a free webinar, and then what is it leading them to? What do we want to do after the webinar? That's a good lead magnet.
It's a lead magnet. Yeah,
it's very good. I like it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I have the opportunity to actually do it live with folks, but eventually what I want to do is record it and do some kind of like production behind it. Not immediately. That's like a long-term thing, but eventually. And like I want a rough version of it to begin with that is just like be shooting it in this background and maybe a couple of other things to make it nicer, some makeup and all those good things.
Yeah, I think that's a great plan. I like that for all of you guys too. It's like, just do the 1.0. We can test it. And then it's like, if this webinar is bringing us thousands of dollars of sales a month, right, then we can like put some cash behind like producing it and making it super, you can make it as fancy as you want. Okay. But I like you're thinking like a entrepreneur, because it's like, I got to test this idea, because what if it's not that webinar, it's like slightly different or like maybe a little adjacent, and that's the one that really hits. And now we've spent 10 grand on this first one, right? So we're going to vet that idea before we invest in it. I think that's very smart business. That's business lady stuff right there. I like it. So we're going to do the webinar. And then how do they work with you? Like, how do you want to work? What do you want to do for people? How do you want to work with them? Are they going to buy courses? Are you going to get in their business with them? Are you doing like consulting? Is it
consulting?
Okay.
So definitely I would love to get in the business with folks and digitally most optimally, but I even have a potential client who has a little tea shop, and I'm helping her work around, do the like physical restructuring of training staff and little things that help to tweak it to really optimize her business and market it more, get it to more people, all of those kinds of things.
You could have a really killer business, and you don't have to do this, but you could have a really killer business, like going to brick and mortar and being like, I'll set up your tech stuff, and like they would probably even pay you a monthly fee to update it. It'd be probably pretty easy for you, right? I'm gonna make like, you just pull up their crappy website and you're like, see, your website, this is what it could look like. and everybody that comes to your, you know, restaurant, we can like get them to like, I don't know, enter our contest, and then we have their email, and we can email them special deals, and like we can like, you know, I don't know, do promotion on social media or whatever you want to do. But it doesn't have to be that. But what we want to do is find a service like that we can like be like, and if you want like this, right, I can help you with that. So I want you to think about, you think you want to work with in person or you want to work with online people?
Preferably digital. I have two small kids, so like the flexibility of being able to do it digital. I love that one-on-one interaction of doing things in person. That would be wonderful, but life.
Yeah, totally. So when that's important, right? So when you think about your digital people, what are you doing for them? What are like the specific things you want to do?
So that's been the challenge, because it can be as simple as a website, but there's just so many people out there that can do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that market is really saturated, and it's not like my favorite cup of tea. And so I honestly don't have a good answer to.
What about I don't know if this rings with you, but what about like doing some kind of like, people are really into these like AI and like automation stuff right now. You ever think about messing with that?
I do.
I've seen a lot of, I know somebody making a lot of money setting up some you would probably be blown away, some pretty basic ass automations. They don't even use N8N. They're just using make.com and like connecting things together. And they're just like, I'm
but I don't know. I'm like, why would someone pay for that?
It sounds so fancy, right? Because she's like, I have an automation agency, and she's making like, you know, like 10 grand a month. Okay, so this is like a business, right? So that's her revenue. I don't know what she's making profit, but you know, but she's making money, right? So, so I think something like that could be interesting. We just have to think about, if we were going to do that, like who really needs the automations, and like what kind of online business would you need to target, right? So there's kind of two ways you guys can narrow an offer down. We can narrow it down by like what is included in it and what we're pitching. We can also narrow it down by target market, which is like, what kind of business are we pitching to and who are we selling it to, right? And so I think I agree with you. I think the website thing, I think it could be hard. I don't think you can get the kind of premium money you could get for it. You know, 10 years ago, you could get like 10 grand to make a website. But are there still people getting that stuff? Sure. But I think it's a difficult market. But I think the AI stuff, I think one of the things that I've thought about doing that I haven't got around to doing, that you can do if you want, is doing like custom GPTs for people that have big courses. So like, that would probably be easier for you, right? Like, so a lot of people that do courses and teaching and stuff, what you would want to do is you would want to find people that already have a following, that they can afford to pay you, that can afford to invest in their program, right? And I would try to get them on a call and just give them a pitch to be like, hey, like I saw you have this and that. I can take all your podcasts, all your coaching calls, all your transcripts, you give me all these transcripts. I'm going to put it into a custom GPT. I'll put it on a nice looking landing page with like your branding or whatever, right? And your students will have access to all that information with the context that you teach it in, like from you, right? Not from ChatGPT. I think that could be a great little offer.
Excellent. That, and especially in combination with like social media, because there's so many automations for social media. So many.
Right. So like
pair those up together, that like would be a great package. Okay.
Yeah. So let's just test it for 90 days, right? And you might be like, oh yeah, I'm taking this all the way to the bank. Like, we got a winning offer here. Like, I just need some ad budget or some more people on my list, but people are buying this. Or you're going to pitch it and you're like, nobody really wants this, but they do kind of want this, right? And then you'll kind of pivot a little bit. But that's how you figure it out. You just pick something, you just test it for 90 days, right? I would make maybe some kind of short, you have to be quick these days with people's friggin' attention, but I would make maybe like a short 5-minute thing that's like, you know, how having a custom GPT can increase customer satisfaction in your offers or something, right? Or increase retention in your membership or whatever. And then I would just I would probably pitch people directly for something like that. But if you wanted to do like regular marketing too. You could go on Instagram and stuff and just make videos talking about how ChatGPT can help your students, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like, and if you want me to do it, because most of them aren't going to want to do it. And it's like, if you want me to do it for you, right? And this would be a great offer for like, you got to make sure you're really courting people that are not tech savvy. There's certain people that have online businesses that know how to do this stuff, right? That are like, have kind of figured it out. They're like, I get ChatGPT, it's fine. And then there's some people, right, that be like, they just want to coach, or maybe they started. I have a lot of clients that like started in health and fitness and now they have an online business, but at their core, they're really like a health and fitness person. They're not like an online business person.
Yeah.
You want to find people like that, people that are like coaches, but maybe like aren't as tech savvy. Those would be the kind of people I would be looking for.
Yeah.
What do you think? What kind of, you want to make a price, or you want to like sit on it and sketch it out?
I think I've made. Well, yeah, let's talk about pricing, because I've had now that I have a slightly more solid idea. Pricing would be good, because the package, this is very different than one of the ideas that I was thinking about, and so the pricing.
You want to do this idea, or is there something else you want to do? I'm just bouncing stuff around, right? I'm open to whatever.
No. This is perfect.
Okay.
I literally was just working on something with AI stuff and custom GPTs and all this other stuff. So like the timing of it is just phenomenal.
Yeah, I think people with large memberships, people with big programs especially, like they could use stuff like that. So I would do, if we're looking at packaging and pricing, I would try to get your first 3 clients as like, I would just say, hey, I'm beta testing a service. I'm taking the first 3 clients at this price. It's going to be up in this price range when we finally launch my agency or my service business, whatever you want to call it. And I would just get the first 3 through the door at a price where it doesn't feel like you're like overworking, right? You never want to be like resentful. The worst feeling in the world is when you sell something and you're disappointed. That's when you know your prices are, you're like, oh man, they bought that. Damn, now I have to build this whole thing. You don't want that. You want to feel excited that they bought it, right? With the intention, what I would do with that is I would build out really good onboarding of like, these are the emails I send them. This is what we do this is the contract. I would get all that stuff hammered out with the intention of like, then we can sell it at a higher price, but I would sell it at like a pretty easy. It's tricky because you're like a service provider. So we want to make it like an easy yes, but it also is your time. So what do you think about something like that, about doing like a beta for a few people?
Oh yeah, that's always been my intention.
Okay, I like that. What kind of price are you thinking? Just give me like maybe let's just do a range. You don't have to make a decision right now if you don't want.
I definitely would need to like do some like market comparison to make sure that is optimal. But I guess it depends on whether or not it's as a course. I'd say anywhere in the 250 to 500 range, maybe.
That'd be a good course too. Like teaching them you could have it like do it yourself or done for you, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you can take our course, or you can like have our agency.
Right.
And you could have a VA that does it too, and then you just go in and do the final stuff once you get clients and stuff. Yeah. It doesn't always have to be you like doing the done for you stuff. It can be, but it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe like a 250 course to start. You want to try that?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. And then what I'll do with a course is usually I'll sell it, right? And I'll say, this is a beta. This is the schedule. You guys are I'm doing the bundle course right now like that. I'm like, y'all get a module every other Monday till the course is done. And this is what's going to have in it. And then once I sell it, then I know that there's people interested in it, that it's like a viable idea and that it's something like that we could really market. So I have that like proof of concept by people already paying me. And then I also, because I have ADHD, I also have my ass on the line to get it done every 2 weeks. That's a good hack for you. Like, because I don't have to manufacture that motivation and deadlines to get it done. I have the motivation there because y'all are people paid and are waiting, right? So I use that as kind of a hack for my own little brain too. And I would do some kind of, I think when we did the bundle course, we were like, oh, it's 200 if you join in the beta, but it's going to be 500 when we put it in the shop.
Okay.
So I'll give them like a really good deal on a beta. I'll be like, I'm making it in real time. It's not going to be perfect. It's their first round, but you guys will get all future updates. You're going to get the best price we're ever going to give.
Yeah.
Right. And for some people, they don't want to do that. They don't want to wait, or they don't want the first round or whatever. But a lot of people are happy to just get the money off.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. The discount helps a lot. I know it helps me.
Yeah.
I'm excited about buying something.
Do you know how to market it? You feel like you have an idea of like how to sell it?
I do have some ideas. I definitely don't have a big enough email list, and that's one of the things that has been like stopping me and having me pause, because I'm like, where am I going to sell this?
Right. That makes sense, right? That's a good question, right?
Yeah.
Your brain's like, this is a good question. So we'll just answer it, right? So let's make a little plan for you to get, like, you have anything, or we're starting from zero?
Let's say we're starting from zero.
Okay. So let's make a plan. We're going to get like our first 100 email subscribers. Okay. So there's a few different things you could do. You can do some kind of collaboration, which is like, you should go look at my bundle we just did, because that would be a good thing for you to do, a good strategy. Yeah. So look at that. And then you could put your stuff in something like that, right? You see all these people working with B2B. You could find one to be in and put your, like, little, you would put, you don't want to give them the course, but you would put maybe like one thing you would teach in the course, you would pull out and make its own little offer. Right. And then you would give them that. And then they'll be on your list for whenever you launch it next or whatever. Right. So you could do that. I think that could be a good strategy, especially when you guys are just starting. It's a good way to like get a little chunk of people that are interested in your work. We can also do social media, and we can do ads. So what do you think about, what is your feelings about that?
I love the idea of social media.
Okay.
I have lots of stories to tell.
That's great.
Very comfortable with that. There's lots of things I need to learn in terms of like the back end stuff, tracking and Google Analytics kind of things. But that's kind of it.
Yeah, let's just get content out on the front end. Like I was saying, I think the main, as far as social media with like organic reach, meaning for everybody listening, what I'm saying is we need to put her somewhere where the algorithm is going to put her video and her content in front of people that have never heard of her, right? And that's why you guys won't hear me like mentioning like Facebook as organic reach, right? Because when I post on Facebook, it goes to people already following me. It doesn't go to new people. And so the places I'm seeing with the most organic reach, I still do have some people on Pinterest getting traffic. And then I do have people doing really well on YouTube. And then Instagram, like I was saying, with the reels and the carousels. And is Megan still on here? Megan Outlaw is in my community. She's been doing TikTok and really got some fast traction on there. If you're good on camera, you might be able to get a good little, I think she got to 1,000 followers just in like a couple months or something on there with awesome. no experience or anything. Yeah, I thought it was awesome. So what do you think? You want to pick one? Let's just pick one to start with and just practice posting on that till the end of the year and kind of see how that goes.
For me, it's TikTok. And I've battled between TikTok and Instagram, but
I have a feeling you'll do well on TikTok because you have like a big personality and you're great on camera. I think that you'll do well over there. I would just start posting over there. Like I would set a goal, the first week to do a few times a week with the intention of like getting up to like one a day. And it does not have to be highly produced. I'm talking about like, you can just talk face into camera, right? Some of it can be silly. Some of it can be just whatever you want to say. Some of it can be related to the tech stuff. And then eventually you're going to want to start curating it down to really start attracting people that are going to pay for your offer, right? So then you're wanting to think about the people that would pay for this and that would be interested in this. What would they want to watch on TikTok, right? There's a ton of people on there. And then curate that content for them. But you don't want to start, like I was saying, don't make it a pressure cooker where it's like, we got to attract the ideal client. We got to post every day, because then what happens for most of us is nothing. I'm always like, This is my favorite thought lately. It's like something is better than nothing. My brain's always like, we don't have enough time to do the whole blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, something is better than nothing. Like one sentence is better than nothing, right? It's like one post is better than nothing. So I want you to keep that in mind. And I think you'll do really good on TikTok. And then I like social media for you too, because it'll give you clarity about what people are interested in from you. Like what will happen is like you'll grow an account and then people will start asking you questions and they'll start asking you the same shit over and over. And you'll finally be like, I'm just going to put this in a workshop. Yeah. I'm going to put this in a workshop. Yeah. Right. I'm going to put this in a course. Like I'm going to put this in. That's how I started my membership, because I had so many one-on-one clients. I had like 30 one-on-one clients and they asked me the same shit all day, every week. And I finally was like, y'all are going in a membership together. I will get on one call and say it to everybody at once. And then I had coached enough that at that time I kind of knew what people needed and we put that into the curriculum, right? But I think social media is good in that way. It'll give you that feedback of like, oh, they all like, and sometimes it's like you don't even know, because it's like you're so good at tech. You're like, oh, they want that? You're like, I would have never even thought that, but okay. Like, right? Like, so it'll give you good feedback and interaction. I really like that for you. So I would definitely start on your TikTok, noodle on that offer, right? But get moving and think about where you want to be January 1. Like, you know, you want to have like some practice doing TikTok, right? Some people following your account, like a clear idea and an offer that we're going to sell. And like, and then you'll start the year with like, I feel like so much more clarity and momentum.
That's awesome. That is extremely helpful.
You need anything else? It was so good talking to you.
That was it. Okay. That was it.
I'm excited for you. Yeah, you let me know how it goes, okay?
I will. I'll chat back in.
I feel like you're going to be doing big things. That's so awesome.
I'm going to try.
You got it. You got it. I know you do. All right. Let me put you back. Thank you, Shayla. Okay. Calvin, you're on here. You want to go? Anybody else want to go? I got like 2 more minutes. You guys want coaching? We do coaching every week inside the mastermind, and I have the best deal you're ever going to get for coaching from me for sure in that VIP ticket. VIP ticket we're selling for $97, right? But you guys know the Becoming Boss bundle, we always put our best deals of the year in there. Like we don't just do like a lot of events. I feel like the VIP and the upsell is kind of like ours are, we always try to make really, really good. We're very intentional about what goes in them. We really want you to feel like you got hooked up. The free bundle, the same thing. Like we want you to feel like you got a ton of value. But the $97 offer that we are offering right now is the best deal on coaching I've ever offered, right? So it's $97, but you get 3 months inside the mastermind, and that's non-reoccurring. I'm not even making you sign up for a subscription. You just get 3 months, right? If you want to stay in longer, obviously you can email the team, you can stay in longer, but you don't have to worry about like canceling your subscription or anything like that. And not only is it $97 for 3 months, it's usually $97 for 1 month. So you're getting $97 for 3 months, and we're going to give you a $100 gift card. If you go to faithmariahshop.com, you can use the gift card for anything in there. So it's a very, very good offer. You also get everything else in the Power Pack. So you get all those other courses. And yeah, that's it. So if you want coaching, I would love to help you. We do a lot of calls like this in there. I think it's helpful to have people to actually talk about things with live. We have a lot of experts. You get access to my business manager in there. We have somebody teaching about YouTube in there. We have just people coming and teaching about different stuff in there. I do a call about every week in there. You guys get the Q&A. So if you can't come to coaching, I'm like, I'm still going to help you, right? You can submit the, it's called like the Ask Faith form. You can put the Ask Faith form and I'll answer you on the podcast. So you can still get your questions answered even if you can't come to Zoom. And you get access to our Facebook group. And I'm always like, that's kind of the best, because not only do you get my brain answering you, you get the brain of everybody else in the community answering you too. You get my mindset framework course, you get my sales training, you get marketing training, you get all this stuff is in there. So I'd love to have you guys if you want to be in there. If you bought the lower ticket and you want to upgrade, just email the team and we'll give you, what was it, like 14 or 19? I think it was 14, we bumped to 19. We'll give you whatever you paid for the lower ticket off of the 97 if you want to upgrade. Okay. Thank you guys for coming. It was so good to see you. Appreciate y'all. Thanks everybody that got coached. I really, really appreciate you guys coming on camera. I know it's not easy. And that's it. I'm doing Q&A on Wednesday. So if you have questions, right, just put them in the forum. And I'm going to go live on YouTube. I will answer all your questions. Wait, should I check the chat? I don't know if I know how to check the chat. Yeah, I do different times. You want me here? You want the Google Calendar? I can give you the Google Calendar if you want to look at the calls. You guys get the replays. You guys will be on the monthly if you come in on that 97. So you get the replays for 30 days. If you go on annual, you get like all the replays forever. But there's a lot of calls in there. So you guys get co-working. We do 2 business retreats a week where people just work on their stuff in their business. You get calls with me. You get calls with co-coaches. There's a pretty good amount of stuff in there. Let me see if I can, settings and sharings. I think I can get the link out of here and just give you a link so you can look at it. Get shareable link. I'm just going to put the link to the Google Calendar in the chat. And then you can look and see what time the calls are. And then if you guys have questions, you can just email my team, info@faithmariah. A lot of you guys know Kelsey. Kelsey on my team is like the best. Rebecca on my team is the best, and they will help you. So if you have any questions about call times or if it's right for me, or we're not going to hard sell anybody or anything like that, you can ask them. They'll be honest with you. Yeah. To renew the offer after 3 months, we'll give you a renewal link. You can renew. Yeah. The 97 is only for new people though. I can't do that for everybody because I would go broke. But if you've never been in it and you want to try it, you can get the 97 offer. All right, y'all, I gotta go. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you have any other questions, just hit them over to the team. Go get the free stuff. Let me give you this too. I'm like, forgot all the links I'm supposed to give you. Yeah, Shayla, thank you so much. It was so good to see you. You let me know how you're doing, okay? That's the link, the direct link to the free page. Go get all that stuff. There's a lot of really good stuff. Kelsey and I really did some digging for we didn't just want random crap. We really wanted stuff we felt like you guys could take and implement right away and start getting results from right away. So go grab a couple things. You don't have to get all of it. Just think about your plan and what you want to do before January 1. Pick 1 or 2 things that will help you do that. Okay, I will see you guys.